Good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. So let's do deals every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Visit GarciaMHU.com. I was telling a few people on Instagram as well, GarciaMHU.com, and click on any and all of our social media. Be sure to y'all follow us as well and hit the likes. That definitely helps us out. I got about 20 questions I didn't realize I had on YouTube, so I got to go answer those too. But yeah, good stuff. And of course, there's the coaching. This is not a coaching call. It will convert into a coaching call from time to time. This is what I do. I can't help it, right? And as a matter of fact, one of the deals that I'm going to show you, I want to break down for you anyway. So we'll get into that. Instagram, raise your hand or drop a comment. Zoom, raise your hand, drop a comment, or unmute yourself if you have a deal. And of course, I'll open the floor at the end as well. But it is after 7. I know a few of you are still pending here. They'll join us when they join us. All right, 7 p.m. So let's get started. Give it a minute for y'all to see the page. We've updated quite a bit of things on the top right box. By the way, if you are new to this call and you do not have the spreadsheet, send us an email. Go to GarciaMHU.com and click on our email sites and just send us a quick DM, quick message. Any of the social media is plenty fine. We've updated some of this here. We've still got to update some more. I am currently working on a few things, few changes that I'm working to do on the sheet here. So y'all just stay tuned. I'm not even going to advertise none of that just yet. Okay. But if you new things that are coming on that, as usual, if you scroll down, I like this one as well. The fact box. Okay. You need a license like a realtor in order to wholesale. I hear that a lot. Now I can't speak for every state. Okay. You know, rules, laws, changes in every state. So you want to make sure that you abide by the current city, current county law, whatever it may be. One thing for sure is, a lot of times when I see a lot of this real estate and laws, it's not really so much of changing the laws, the rules, as much as it's changing the names. Wholesale may not be called wholesale somewhere else in order for you to do it. Okay. In certain places, you may be considered doing and getting paid for your time. So it's all how it's being worded. But when it comes to this one, you need a license like a realtor and or a broker in order to wholesale. That's a no. In wholesale, you assign and reassign. You're not buying and you're not selling anything. You're simply in control. And that is the best place to be. You're in control, right? So no, you did not. Let me see. I was out in the field all day today, which is my typical Tuesday, and I will be out in the field again tomorrow. Because we got quite a bit of things to go over, and there's a park that we have a few issues with the city. We just partnered up with the park owner, and he basically let it run down. I don't know what his exit strategy was, if there was any. But we're stuck with that now. So we actually had to meet with the city. What does the city mean? Okay, when you have the city over you, overseeing and over reviewing everything that comes with a mobile home, it is the equivalent to owning a restaurant and having OSHA telling you what to do. That's not a good place to be. We're going to go check it out. But yeah, that one is one of those where, because the thing with that, when you involve the city, and there's nothing wrong with it. I know they mean well, they're trying to do right. If they're involved, it's because the park owner or the park manager, whoever it may be, let it go to a certain point where they had to get involved. So they're at that point where they're not going to close it, but they want to be overseeing things. But when that happens, many times, we're hoping that's not the case here. Okay. We will invest, we will rehab, we're trying to make something good out of something poorly that is done out there, and we'll obviously be providing affordability housing. When you're doing this, you're trying to do better and better, but you have somebody like the city who is always looking for that wrong. They're always trying to point something out, and that's what I'm saying is you have these beaming eyes on you. That is it worth investment? We're going to see tomorrow morning, so we'll see on that. But all right, the first investment we got here, we talked about these, I think last week. I know there was a few investors asking about them. I was able to get into these properties earlier this morning, and here are the pictures to them. So this is a great unit here. I like this one here. It's one of the ones I would definitely keep if it's not sold. It's Macon, Georgia, lot 18. It's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, you make model. Of course, we got those specifics. 14 by, it gets rounded up, which is 60. 14 by 60. It's irrelevant, really, unless you're moving it. Lot rent is $375, but it does include water and trash. GMHU admin, please be sure to add trash on here as well. The resale value you're looking at $20K. Rental rate in the area for this unit, it's around $700. If you do a rent to own finance, or you're the bank, you can add probably another 50 to 75 above such number. Asking for the home is $6,500. Metal on metal, my favorite. If you watched this long enough, these are my favorite units. Electrical, done. I like how they did it. Brand new setup. So that's always nice to see. It is clean up, as you can see. And I'm going to show you a unit that I took on about a month and a half ago. I took on a challenge unit. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute because I'm going to show you pictures. We are 3/4 done, but I want you to see something. And that's going to relate to why I'm showing you this unit here first. Good unit, easy unit, something like this. I would, of course, I would tear that carpet. I cannot stand carpet. I don't like it. I don't like to use it. I know some of my contractors still use it. Dublin, they're not using it. We are using all vinyl. Okay, so but something like this, clean up, touch up, and that's all this unit needs. I have been telling y'all, if you've been watching this every Tuesday, numbers are starting to go up. This number is starting to go up. This number, the resale ARV, is always going to be the last one to keep up with the market. That's just the way that it works. Okay, it may not be the same for real estate, but when you start seeing immediate inflation, meaning you suddenly start seeing lumber, plumbing, electrical, roofing, that's the material side of it. All those numbers are starting to, I would say, slowly climb up, but that's not the case. They are big steps, lunching and jogging when it comes to, I mean, those numbers are inflating quick. So, when you're thinking about rehabbing a mobile home, it is very much a make or break type of deals at this point. But the rental rates also starting to go up. Lot rents starting to go up. Resale values, this 20K, I would say in the next 6 months, this is a 22K minimum for sure. The asking price is a bit more also, but again, when you're looking at what is needed, this is a cleanup, touch up, and it's in and out and go. So nothing major in these units. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, if you're new and do not have the spreadsheet, send us an email. I am not going to go through all these tabs with you. This is funny. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Yeah, because we got quite a few deals on here. Now, I have not uploaded as many units on here as I like. Remember, I told you that I would put 100 deals on here, meaning every time you open the spreadsheet, and yes, it gets saved every time, you should be having 100 deals to choose from. What happens when you have so many to choose from? People start not appreciating it. That's just the way that things work, right? If we see there's only one unit here, we may have a little more urgency to get to it. So for that reason, I'm not going to keep putting tabs and tabs and tabs and making y'all think that they're here forever. They're here forever because I'm out in the field launching and getting these units for y'all, okay? But let's break this unit. I want to show you the challenge one. Single wide, that's a 13B lot, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It's a 95. I don't know where you got this info. We don't need this in here, but that's fine. Lot rent, again, $375. It includes water and trash. Resale, $19K. Rental rate, $675. Asking $6,000 for this one. Broken window, definitely need to replace. I would add a pressure wash to this unit. But again, when you're looking at the inside, it is minimal cleanup, touch up, a few little areas where you need to paint, nothing major. I took a picture next to this, I was standing right in the doorway, and I actually moved the door because it came off the hinges. Go figure, right? Nothing, don't let that scare you, by the way. But yes, this water heater is probably to my shoulders. I don't know who needs a 90-gallon water heater. I mean, that's about 7 hours worth of hot water, maybe, but it was funny to see. And by the way, from a coaching standpoint, this really should be under the home, not inside, or at least partial under the home. I'm going to show you that on the next picture. Challenge home that we're showing you, but you don't need this massive. Can you imagine this massive thing busting inside the home? I mean, my goodness. Anyway, electrical checks out. Everything was fine from what I could see. Cabinet solid. Everything clean up again. These are the homes. Unfortunately, when people see this, they start scrolling down and they see all this trash in here. They see this mess right here. Maybe a cockroach or two in here as well, by the way. A few diapers, okay? This is what scares the most people. Okay, you're looking at this with your heart and not your mind. What do I mean by that? You are looking at this and saying, oh, I personally don't like it. Oh, this is dirty. Oh, this is yuck. It's not for you. It's an investment. Okay, if you're not looking at this from a number side, ROI, what your return on your investments can come back, you're always going to be grossed out by this, which is where the stigma of mobile home investing comes from, and mobile homes, period. Okay, don't let this scare you away when you see something like this. This is not what all mobile homes look like, okay? I want to take you to the challenge home. Why did I take this unit? This is one of 5 mobile homes that we have in a small mobile home park in Dublin, Georgia. I took it on because I could do 1 or 2 things with it. I could demo it, okay, and get rid of it and bring another unit into and just be done with it. Maybe something newer I could touch up, clean up, and I'm good to go. Problem with that is also part of inflation, so is fuel. So now instead of being at around $3,000 to move a mobile home, they're charging me $5,000. So that was going to be just $5,000 to get rid of this one. Then another $5,000 to bring another one, plus the cost of that home, plus the permits, inspection, the utilities we have to hook up, the insurance, the lot rent now starting on this unit, and whatever rehab it needed. You can see where the numbers are at. So that being said, I thought, well, along with that, I'm not going to spend $10K just on the transportation. I am going to go ahead and put the $10K if I need to on the mobile home that is sitting. It'll give us a chance to let's just go ahead and keep what we have. And you can see there wasn't much left. Okay, this thing has been sitting vacant for about 3 years. It was ugly. I mean, yes. So you're going to see when I'm talking about units like this, okay, pay attention to these pictures for a second. 13B, and we got another one in this one here is number 8 as well. You can find it on the tabs. You can do that on your own. So this is what this looks like. Okay, look at the solid of these 2, even outside. Let's start with the challenge home. And this should be done by the end of hopefully this week, if not mid of next week. Here's what it looked like. Ugly. And it is the front one and at the mobile home park. So the chief, fire chief, and the marshal, they don't care for this, but they're seeing what we're doing and they love it. So ugly. It has been rained on, the insulation, clearly all this just from over wear and tear. I mean, you got heat, winter, it was just getting uglier and uglier. So we came in and we stripped it. And of course, as many things, you have the, oh my goodness, kind of moments. We've had quite a bit on here. So much that at one point we said, stop, just stop the project. All right, we needed to re-estimate, rethink the numbers, and really get into what are we going to do with the budget, because the budget was shot, which we knew we were going to get into, and I will be sharing the numbers with you. Okay, not today, once it's done. But once we started taking all these panels off and breaking it down, there was more mold, there was more insulation issues, there was wiring issues. I mean, it just went down the line. Basically, worst case scenario, let's start from the bottom back up to demo the whole thing and let's start over. We done it. This is the pictures as we're going, as we're starting to take it apart. And with lumber costs, I'm going to share the numbers with you at the end. Okay, not this again. All the walls, I mean, there was so much mold in certain areas like the section. And again, you can expect where it was exposed and water was getting into, the insulation was ruined. I mean, it was ugly. Here's some of the studs, even the 2x6s just damaged from, years of wear and tear. Okay. Kitchen, everything. We started taking apart, rewiring it. We said, remove all the above. Let's just start over. I mean, this will not happen again, by the way. Okay. We will not do this again. I will buy a new one next time. As we're getting through, here is what the 2x4s. And when you think about the 2x4s and 2x6s, I mean, you're talking one 2x4 is around $8 to $10 right now. One, okay. 2x6s, even more. But all these had so much wear and tear damage that, as you can see, even broken, we just started replacing. If you're going to do something like this, do it right. Cutting and shaving corners at this time is not something you want to do. All the material, I wish these pictures were a little bigger. But this is where we start reframing it all. And I mean, we're building walls at this point. We're building walls on to put onto the actual mobile home and bring it back up. So it has been definitely what is supposed to have been a month challenge. It has gone on to be in 2 months, and we're on schedule. Okay. And sometimes this happens. You get in there and you realize that you have issues, more problems than expected. You have to finish and do things right. You stop at a certain point, and I know it feels like I'm bleeding out money. You are. But you got to remember at the end is, what is my end result? Because that's what you got to be thinking is, what am I going to make in the end once it's all said and done? Okay. And hey, to some of you, it may be worth stopping. I've heard some numbers from certain investors that thought they knew what they're doing, and they call me and, hey, I've already spent 17,000. I don't know where it went, but they put 17,000 and they're selling it for 18. I say, yeah, that's not a good situation. Anyway, a lot of lumber, a lot of flooring, a lot of everything. Here is now one of the later pictures. Once we put all the lumber on the exterior, the sheets, all the 2x4s, everything put together, we started insulating it. It's gonna be brand new when we're done. Okay, it's gonna be one of the warmest or coldest mobile homes we've got, because it is insulated just like a house. Here is the sheetrock, the paneling. We're putting it back together. As you can see, all the lumber slowly but surely coming back together. All the electrical is done. It has been checked, pre-checked by the city. So we do actually have access at this point to go ahead and get power. We're going to wait about a couple more days before we do so, but it is coming along. It has been a challenge. This is what now the new paneling on the outside, and we are painting it. I don't know what color we're going to go with yet, but we are going to paint that as well. This here, the mobile home is not high enough where, tall enough off the ground where we can put a water heater on the under the home. Why do you put a water heater under the home? Because it can leak, it can damage things, it can actually explode and have water everywhere. And mobile homes are made of wood, lumber, and a lot of times particle, especially if you have particle, you don't want to have something leaking inside, right? But if you can, put it underneath the home, make it set up where you can. They have coats for it, so when it sits in the winter, that does not damage. Here, we didn't have enough room, so we built a little storage on the outside. This can also mean easy access for both the homeowner and, or should we choose to rent it, the landlord. If there's any issues with the water heater needs to be replaced, it is in this little corner in its own little door. So kind of what we decided to do on this one. But yeah, stay tuned for this here. And again, when you're looking at this, it goes from ugly to uglier before it starts getting pretty. I will show y'all final results pictures on this and break down all the numbers to you. I was talking on Instagram earlier and it kind of caught my attention, some of the things I was saying. All these gurus, everybody's showing you that everybody's succeeding and everybody wants to show you their wins. Nobody wants to show you their losses. I'm going to make the next coaching call on losses because I want you to see some of the places that I've lost. You never really lose unless you quit, right? And it's always that, what did you gather? What did you learn from it? So we always learn. I learn a lot more from my losses than I do from my wins. All right. Does anybody have a deal? Let's see. Bill Robbins. Yep. Oh, Q Public. I know where the information came from. GMHU admin. I taught you that. Okay. If you need information on a mobile home, you can go to qpublic.com. Let me see. You're about to rehab the home to keep there and create a home. Yep. Awesome. Okay. Again, Instagram, I can't see any comments on there at this time, but all right. If you're interested in any of these deals, let us know. There is a lot more units on here. There is 12 in Warner Robins that I'm going to check out tomorrow. Oh, let me talk about this one right here real quick. And Prim, you are on the call. Prim, if you want to talk, just unmute yourself. For those of you that attended the shadow events, this 2 weekends ago, okay, I was down at this earlier today, like I said, and I met with the partner, my business partner Prim, who also took it upon himself to rehab and get this home up and ready. He did a phenomenal job, especially on this countertop. I was impressed. It takes a lot to impress me at this point, but I do get impressed from time to time, and good job on that, Prim. This one is a move-in ready. This is where we held the shadow event. Okay, for those of you who attended, it was about 3/4 done at the time. Okay, and now at this point, Prim has brought it up and is ready off to be on the market. I think it just got listed earlier today as well by one of my sales reps. So we'll see on that. But great job on that. I love what he did on here in the kitchen, the countertops, everything. It checks out. Let me turn my volume up, by the way.
Thank you.
Numbers real quick. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It is a single wide located in Centerville, which is Central Georgia. Lot rent at this park is $400. It does require a park approval, means you have to do a background through the park. Resale, we're looking at $18,500 at this time. We'll finance with $4,000 down payment. The rental rate in this area is around $700. We're gonna boost this number up, by the way, because the market is a lot higher at this park at this time, and lot rent just went up. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about on that. But let me see. We'll be ready for next year. Oh yeah, I'll mention that as well. Okay, any questions? Anybody? Somebody asked me about the shadow. When is the next shadow? The next shadow is going to be big. It is going to be huge in the sense of what we've done so far with the shadows. And for those of you who attended, we delivered the best and the most recent information we can. We set you up for success. But on the next shadow, and I'm going to start talking about it from now till then, June 25th and 26th, it is a 2-day event. First day, it is a ballroom and a hotel conference. We're going to have a classroom sitting. We're expecting around 75 people for day number 1. I will have my very first mentor. I connected with him and he is thrilled. He wants to come. He wants to share a lot of knowledge. I will not be where I'm at today, and I got a long way. By no means am I bragging, but I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for Mr. Trevor. Trevor is going to be at the event. He's going to be sharing a lot of knowledge with you all. If you've ever heard me talk about credit cards, PayPal, all the above, he taught me. He's going to teach you a lot of that stuff. I also have my second mentor who apparently also wants to be there. Some of you, if you attended the first shadow, the book that we gave you, I'm not going to talk about that. I'll let y'all figure it out. Him, that individual will be there as well as my third mentor. So this is building up real quick, and I love it. And this is what we're setting ourselves to do. Okay, the more we do, the more we want to give back, the more we want to provide for others coming up and walking the same footsteps. If I can have all my mentors and coaches there, that'll be awesome. Okay, we're still going to coach you. Second day, it is going to be out in the field. That's where we get picked up by a shuttle, a bus, and will take us to the mobile home park. And that's where we'll do the actual live event then, the second day, Saturday and Sunday. Put it on your calendars, June 25th, June 26th. I don't even think the GarciaMHU.com is set up yet. I don't think they've even updated yet. I got with my IT team on setting up for those and putting up the dates, putting up the investment expenses for that. But you do not want to miss out. We had 67 people sign up, and I think close to 40 that show up. You know, once you pay me, you pay me. You know, my coach would say the same. Jay, if you don't want to show up, that's on you. You've already paid me. I've always found it funny, but you know, nothing works unless you do. Bottom line, nothing works unless you do. And if you've already taken upon to make the investment, my gosh, you better show up. Okay, it's as simple as that. We will have also, I was told by my team, will also do a Zoom. I know a lot of you have a lot of things. There is a thing called life that happens as well. So if you cannot join us, you will be able to join us day number 1 through Zoom. It'll be a classroom setting. Zoom will be live. We'll interact with the people on there as well. So there is many ways that you can join. But again, do not wait till the last minute. There was a few people who were not able to sign this previous time because they waited. Oh, I just wanted to make sure everything was, like I said, was stated. They made some remarks on something like that, questions to so. They waited till the last minute. We're already full and they could not join. So definitely don't wait for that. But all right, I do not see anything on Instagram at this time. We're rolling down to 7:30. So don't forget tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got the webinar. If you have not signed up for that, I highly suggest you do, because at this point, we're getting into some real good coaching calls. Tomorrow night, we're going to be displaying and breaking down rent to owns. A lot of you, if you want to buy, you want to flip, you want to start financing, creating notes, I will be going and showing you forms, step by step, how to fill these forms out. Don't miss out on that. So definitely go and join us. That is for paid members only. If you've never attended, you can send us an email. You can be a guest on our call for the first call, and we'll definitely let you in. But all right, I'm going to stop sharing. And at this time, thank you all for joining us.